Everybody, this is SMK here, and I just literally have been watching the Uncharted 4 multiplayer live stream, the new update, the new DLC, and I had just talked about this in a previous video about the current state of Uncharted 4 multiplayer. You can check that video out; it's always on my channel. That was just shortly before this new update, like the new information came out, and so. Now I just wanted to sort of tackle that new information because it sort of makes my old video invalid to some extent. The video that just went up, like literally just went up. So, first of all, obviously they did in fact announce a team deathmatch variant mode, but not the one that people would want, not the one that people wanted, not the type that they wanted. It's basically a kill confirmed type game mode like in Call of Duty, which honestly, it's hard to get excited about that. I mean, yes, there is a twist on it where it's points based instead of being based on kills, like collecting the kills, and also the fact that it has captains, just like Command does, and basically those captains are essentially bounties. Like they are essentially bounties anyway. So that's why it's called Bounty Hunter. That's what the mode is called, Bounty Hunter. And from what I saw of it, it doesn't look that exciting to me. I mean, I'm going to try it, but I don't think it's going to give much more life to the game because it's just another variation of Team Deathmatch, another spin on Team Deathmatch, which, I mean, that can be all right, but we really didn't need it. Like, we needed Team Objective, or we needed Elimination, or we needed Free-For-All, or we needed 3-Team Deathmatch. Like, any of those would have been way better than this, but nope, they wanted to do this. Or, hell, even Classic Mode would have been better than this, but I guess we'll see what happens. If I like it, great. If I don't, then I'm just going to go back to the old faithful, which is Team Deathmatch. Anyway, that being said, Village looks great, though. Village looks fantastic. They've actually went ahead and they've edited the map to some extent. Instead of just like remaking it and calling it a day, they've edited the map. That's fantastic. They've fixed some of the problems I had with it in Uncharted 2 and 3, where it was so difficult to get someone that was camping way back at the other end of the base. They've created flank routes for those locations. They've completely redesigned those bases, those small houses that you could just sit back in and camp for, because there was no way you could. There was only one entrance to get in there. They fixed that. They've added grapple hook locations, which is great. I wanted that. That makes taking care of the sniper spots easier. They've added a slope in one location. I think. I don't think it's any. I don't think there's. I think there's only one slope. Oh, actually, there's two slopes that I saw. Never mind. There's another slope at the near. I think one of the other bases, and then there's a slope in that middle house that is by the really tall tower building in that housed the hammer in Uncharted 2 and 3. But anyway, it looks great, honestly. Like, it's a really great map. I'm really happy about it. I'm happy about the changes they've made. It's all really good changes for it. So it will all around probably be a way better map. It'll be by far better than any of the current maps in the game, barring probably New Devon and whatnot. Like, Village is going to be right at home in this game with the changes they've made, and that's awesome. Like, I'm glad. And it sounded like they're going to do more classic maps, because they said maps, like, with a plural, like, it's, they're going to do more. So, hopefully they aren't just going to stick completely to what they have laid out on the roadmap in that only 8 maps, maybe 8 new maps. Maybe they'll have 16 or something like that. Maybe we'll do an additional 4, and those additional 4 are classic maps, and they don't count as new maps. But anyway, even if not, I'm at least hopeful they'll pick what the community considers to be the best classic maps from 2 and 3. But anyway, aside from that, the new weapons look cool. I'm excited for the single action army. The weapon that's kind of like the Metler, the Harrison, looks pretty neat. I think I would actually probably use that weapon, because I don't really like the Metler, but I would be down for a slower gun that is more long range without a scope and whatnot. I'd be way more down for that than the Metler, because the Metler, I don't know, it's basically just the FAL SS, and I was never really a big fan of the FAL SS anyway. So yeah, that'll be cool. And then some of the new taunts look great. I haven't really gotten a good look at the new outfits, but I'm sure those are great too. New boosters sound incredible, though. Oh my goodness. The one that lets you climb up walls while holding, like with a charged melee, that's crazy. That is crazy. That is something I've actually been trying to do before, where the where I would try to climb up with a charged melee, but it doesn't work because you then have to restart it anyway. Um, or there's another booster where you'll be able to cancel your you can cancel the roll animation with aiming, I believe is what it said. And there's some other neat boosters in there too, like about being able to climb up walls while holding a charged melee ready, and I think one that like conceals where you were downed or something like that. Like enemies can't see where you're downed or something. It's very weird. I'm gonna have to read that a little bit more when I play the game. I'm currently downloading the update right now, so I obviously have no idea about the specifics of some things. And then of course they've added a new mystical, which is basically the exact opposite of the Jin in the sense of it's a shield. You move slower. You're basically a walking tank. You can take a ton of damage. But you can still get one-hit KO'd by melee rope swings and pull-downs and kickoffs, so that's a good thing. Charged melee apparently does not down you in one hit. It just does a lot of damage, so it'll be interesting to see what the counterplay is for when someone's using that mystical. And I'm kind of worried a lot of people are probably going to use it initially, but maybe it won't be as much of a, maybe it won't be that big of a problem. I could definitely see it being used in Plunder or this new mode, Bounty Hunters. So that's probably where it'll be primarily used. I don't think it'll be used very much in Team Deathmatch or Ranked Team Deathmatch, but we'll see. It could have its uses in being able to take out more than one person, which Uncharted 4 does have a problem with when you're, not rolling as a team, when it's just you by yourself. So that is something that is at least there. They didn't have anything like that that could do that besides the RPG. So that's neat. That's at least a nice little positive thing. They did comment about how the lab is something they want to do, so that's cool. That's a little unrelated to this update. The update overall sounds pretty great to me. The only complaint I have is the new game mode. The new taunts and skins and stuff look neat. I'm gonna have to look at that stuff more in detail because they didn't really talk about it too much on the live stream. They tended to just show off the village and the bounty hunters mode, which I'm not surprised by. And cinema mode, of course, looks great as well. So that'll be a nice thing to use finally. No longer have to worry about clogging up my hard drive space with saving matches just so I can clip them down for like some short clips for those montages that I've done. Now I can more easily do that. I don't have to worry about it clogging up my PS4's hard drive. And they've also done some, they also have listened and they have reversed some of the changes they made to the C4, which is great because honestly the C4 was really abusive before. They specifically said you cannot use it as a short-range grenade anymore, which is great. Thank God. That was the main complaint about it because you could get to level 3, the upgrade level 3, and then just use it as a short-range grenade. Throw one, if it misses, great, just throw another one. You got him. GG, it's over. Like, it was really, really stupid in that way. So I'm glad that they addressed that, and they hopefully have seemed to address that problem. And so, I guess with that said, the other thing they've also done is they've nerfed the P90's blind fire, which is great because a bunch of people were still using that thing just for that purpose alone. I'm sure that weapon is still going to be very commonly seen, though. There's no way it's going to suddenly drop off like that. So, at least they are paying attention. They are looking at what's going on in the game, and I'm glad. I feel like their balancing for this game is a little bit more targeted than it was in Uncharted 3. Uncharted 3, it just really seemed like just reactionary. This seems more targeted. Like, they're actually willing to take back changes that they've made. So I'm kind of surprised by that, and I'm kind of very happy about that, too. Other than that, there's not much else for me to say about this update until I play it, so... everything looks great aside from the Bounty Hunters mode. I'm a little iffy on that because, again, it's just a variation of Team Deathmatch, which we didn't really need. We needed Team Objective, Elimination, 3-Team Deathmatch, or Free-For-All. Something like one of those instead. But instead we're getting something that is basically from another game aka Call of Duty, and like it has like a small little spin on it to make it its own thing in Uncharted. But I'm not super interested in it. I'm gonna try it, but like I said, it's not really that enticing of a mode. We probably won't get very much of resurgence from this update. I imagine the big resurgence is going to happen when co-op drops, which may not drop until like November, I'm guessing, because they aren't teasing anything about it. It seemed to imply, like they said, later this year. So if it was coming next month, you'd think they would at least say, oh, it's coming next month, but they didn't. They're explicitly saying later this year, so probably November. Other than that, yeah, I'll definitely be playing this update, and I will definitely give a more detailed impressions of what I think about it in another commentary video within the next week or two, and I'll see you guys later. So thanks for watching, and I hope to entertain you guys some more as we go along here. Peace.
That's a right bunch of nonsense. It felt good wiping the floor with those miserable bellends, didn't it?